3, 2, 1. Hooray! Hi, good morning all. Thank you very much for coming along. I am absolutely delighted to be with you today to celebrate the first cabinets going live as part of our Connected Cambridgeshire programme. There are 10 new cabinets going live across the county today, and these are the first of many being connected to our network in the coming months. I can announce the new cabinets are also going live with superfast broadband in parts of Buckden, Cambridge, Offord Darcy, St Ives, Somersham and Whittlesea as part of the rollout programme. I'm really pleased to hear that there are some Grafham residents who have already placed their orders for superfast broadband, and they'll be connected before Christmas. When we signed the contract with BT back in March, we said we'd have the first cabinets going live by the end of the year, and here we are, end of November, doing exactly what we promised. This has been a difficult journey. We had to let the contract and then set up a large-scale engineering project. We can all be proud that we've got to this point in less than 2 years. We took the bold step of investing in better broadband to make sure Cambridgeshire gets the digital infrastructure that it needs to deliver the growth for our economy, to help our local communities to thrive, and to deliver affordable public services in new ways. This programme will make a real difference to people's lives in many, many ways. It's vital for our businesses, particularly for small and home-based firms based in rural communities, such as this one, in order to help them grow, to compete and create new jobs. I am pleased that we're on schedule to deliver superfast broadband to 98% of premises by the end of 2015, which will make Cambridgeshire one of the best connected counties in the UK. We know many people are eagerly anticipating when superfast broadband will come to their areas, and I can understand everyone's impatience. By the end of 2015, we'll be reaching every community with faster and better broadband, which will transform the way many of us live and work in an increasingly digital world. This is an important milestone for our county, for our communities and for everyone involved in the Connecting Cambridgeshire Partnership. For me as leader in May, when I stood up and spoke as a new leader, I said that the things we need to do for Cambridgeshire are to make sure that we can move goods, people and data around. That's the way our economy will thrive. That is what we're able to achieve today with what we're doing. We're achieving the data part of that in the first step. It's hugely important. I'd also like to acknowledge the fantastic support we've had from our broadband champions. I'm also delighted that Jonathan Ginogly and Bill Murphy from BT have been able to join our celebrations. I will now ask them to say a few words before we cut the ribbon.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to be here today for the unveiling, is that what you call it, of the first broadband high in my constituency, and indeed I think the first of 500 is it in the county. This is, I think, an historic occasion. From the point of view of my constituents, this is going to make a very significant difference to their lives. On a mundane daily basis, for their shopping, for organising their kids, for sorting out their households, this is going to make a very significant difference. For local businesses in my constituency, this is going to make a tremendous difference in terms of allowing them to innovate, in terms of increasing their productivity. At a higher level, it's also going to have an impact in terms of the revitalisation of our rural areas. This has been something that I and the County Council have been very keen to push forward over recent years. When I first became MP here 12 years ago, people were talking about villages like here in Grafham, and most of those in my constituency, as so-called dormitory towns. You lived here, you slept here, but you went to work somewhere else. What we're seeing today is a move, another step, towards the revitalisation of our village communities. And that is a very important idea, that you can work from home, that you don't have to use the CO2 travelling into the cities, that the that there will be a vibrancy returning to our village life, and I very much support that too. I think the government should be recognised for stumping up something like £1 billion across the country for this project, which actually shows that in terms of revitalising rural areas, the government gets it. The County Council has to be congratulated, Martin and Ian Bates, who's done a tremendous job on this project in terms of pushing the project forward. Once they realised that the money was there, they actually got on with it, and we are, I don't think quite the first county in the country, but one of the first in the country to be moving ahead with this. And BT, congratulations on winning the contract, and indeed I hear it's all going swimmingly and according to plan, and let's hope that the push out over the next couple of years continues in that way. So a big day for Cambridgeshire, and thank you all for coming.
Say a couple things. I've been involved with the project since its beginning. The thing I learned early on was Cambridgeshire was very ambitious for its people and its businesses. And we got challenged to go far and to go fast. And I can tell you, this does put you in a leading position from a UK point of view, and that's down to the assistance of the council, with backing by the government, as Jonathan said. You know, previously we had an ambition of 2 megs, but now people in this village are going to be getting 79, and that's because of the foresight, again, of the council and what the government wanted to do. But at the end of the day, it's all about the broadband champions, and it's about people going from 4 to 79 and what they can now do with it. And I echo Jonathan's comments. From a societal point of view and an economic point of view, this is going to bring huge changes and a boost to the economy. So, yes, we are ahead of schedule, but let me tell you, it's a huge engineering challenge. There's a great deal of work to do, but we're up for the task, and working together with the council, I'm absolutely convinced that we'll get there. So thank you very much.
Thank you really to all those people that have been involved. That's district councils, county councils, BT, parishes, but particularly the champions. The champions actually have championed, and what it says on the tin, they have championed this particular project. And I think the reason for that, quite simply, is they know the benefits it will bring to their communities. So I think thank you particularly to the champions that have come today, and all the champions which are out there in those other communities doing the same sort of thing. And I know you've got a very good network. My champion rang me up last night about the particular green box, as he described it to me, being put into our village, and it will come to my village next year. But importantly is to also announce actually something that will be announced in the new year, which will be about the direction of digital. And that's actually something that will be announced actually in the new year. It's to help local businesses, it's to help particularly small businesses, and that will be announced later on in next year. So look forward, this is just at the start, but there are some other projects particularly directed towards, if you like, small businesses, small communities as well. So watch out for that next year. And I think the important bit really, the last thing, you'll be glad to know this is all I'm going to say, is the lady in the corner under the umbrella, I would describe. Thank you for making the cakes, Karen. She lives locally, works locally, she's trying to set up a business with selling cupcakes, and I think that just demonstrates why we're all here. So thank you all for that.